take it because they're gonna say that person's not serious because they did not put down a deposit. Everybody with me?
Yep.
Okay. The real estate agents prepares for contracts and short sales addendums for you. Remember, that's cutting down on the paperwork for you. You don't have to worry about doing the contract. You don't need to know how to do the contract. What you need to know how to do is, what is the amount of your offer? Okay? Real estate agent will do all the contracts and addendums. So that's one less thing that you have to learn how to do. Contingencies do not deter the bank from accepting your purchase contract. Okay? As opposed to REOs, you should not be putting a lot of contingencies. In a short sale contract, you can put as many contingencies as you want. Okay? Home inspection contingency, whatever else you want to put. You know why? Because the bank is going to come back and give you their terms. Okay? So it doesn't stop you from, it doesn't stop the bank from taking your contract. It is not difficult to get out of the contract if you change your mind. Let me tell you what I mean by that. If a short sale is taking 90 to 120 days, and if you are a rehabber and you put that contract in today, and that short sale isn't ready to June, and you don't have the money to buy that property when it comes about, when that approval comes, and you decide you don't want it, well, let's say if you put an offer of $35,000 and the bank came back in at $47,000, you're out anyway, unless you decide to come up to that price. With short sale contracts, it is just so easy to get out of those contracts. Buyer can get out of it, seller can get out of it. So that's why I'm saying put your financing contingencies and all of that in it. It doesn't matter. All right. That is the end of short sales. I'm just going to quickly give you some I'm not going to go through the slides, but I'm going to give you some quick facts about, well, REOs. It's a few, I want to talk about where you can get them. Everybody knows we talked about REO is real estate owned by the bank. These are some websites where you can actually, if you don't have Maris, that's no reason not to be able to locate REO properties. These are some sites that you can go on. They're going to be listed on there. Many, many sites. There's no shortage of websites to find REO properties. Okay. In addition, you can go to bank websites. You can go to Bank of America, SunTrust. All of them are going to have REOs on their website. So you can go locate their website. Now, I like looking places where other people don't look for properties. One of my students works for the Internal Revenue. They have properties. They have a site that has properties on it. Okay? Veterans Affairs, Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, they all have sites where you can go and find properties. There is no shortage of where to look for REO properties. Okay, tips for investing in REO properties. Now, it's the opposite of short sales. Banks do not like properties do not like contracts that have a lot of contingency. If you're going to be putting an offer in on an REO property, really the only contingency you need to have is your financing contingency. Don't put any other. Okay? You don't want to put subject to home inspection and all of that stuff. Subject to my partner's approval and all the other things you put into your wholesaling contract. Only put your financing contingency. And if you are a cash buyer and you know you really want that property, don't even put that. And when I say cash buyer, let's say if you're a rehabber and you have your own money and you're not going after financing and you know that you want that property, don't even put that. The less contingencies you have, the better. Okay, now, in terms of putting in offers, because most of these REO properties are going to have to be put in, the contracts are going to have to be put in through an agent. I would recommend that you put it in with the listing agent, not your agent. Because remember, real estate agents are commission driven. And if you put it in with the listing agent, they may be more motivated to push that property through. Your REO agents do not make as much money as agents on standard listings. They make 1 to 2% if they're only on the listing side. If they're on the listing and the buyer side, they're gonna make 2 to 4%. So it is better to put that offer in through the listing agent if you really want that property. Okay, amount of earnest money. A lot of times, the bank may not ask for $1,000 in earnest money. We recommend that you still put $1,000 to $3,000. It shows the bank that you're serious. All right, when the bank accepts your offer, they're gonna contact the agent, give them a verbal that they accept your offer, then they're going to send over bank addendums. Your offer, just because you put the contract in, is not ratified till the bank sends over their contract and the bank addendums. You really need to read those bank addendums very, very carefully, because that is gonna be where all the terms are. Even though your real estate agent may read them, or they may not read it, please, you make sure that you do read it and that you agree with all the terms. Okay? REO properties are not assignable. You're either gonna have to do the double closing or the LLC assignment. Got it? No assignments on REO properties. Okay. Legitimate reasons to get out of the REO contract. The property condition has changed since you put in your contract. The property could have deteriorated. There could be code violations that have sprung up when the title company did the title search. Or there's a delay in the bank completing their foreclosure process, and so that delays them selling it to you. Those are all reasons why you can get out of that contract. But there are reasons to lower the price. One of the things that we do, or the tricks that we use, okay, is on our REO properties. We may have it accepted, but then right before settlement, maybe a couple of days, we will go back in and try to lower that price. We will go back out to the house and see if there's any change in that house. Has it been vandalized? Is it different? I mean, we've had a rough winter. So if you put a contract in last month, when you go back, I mean, there could be water in the basement, pipes could have burst. We always try to go back in and get a lower price. But you gotta have a reason for that lower price. And if you look, because these are distressed properties anyway, you will be able to find a reason. Excuse me, you have to have an agent who is not scared to pick up the phone and call that bank though and say, you know, they still want to buy this property, but because so-and-so has now happened, the pipes have burst, or there's water in the basement, they now want it for $15,000 less. Okay? Many times the bank will accept that. Don't be afraid of no. All they can say is no.
Amen.
Okay, this is the last one. Some advantages to REO investing. You do not have to deal with homeowners. You do not have to deal with PIFA. The house has already gone through foreclosure now, PIFA doesn't apply. So you're not dealing with homeowners. If you're a person who just wants to go buy the property, then REO is investing is for you. Excuse me. Like with anything, it is a numbers game, and so you are going to have to put out quite a few offers in order to get one accepted. Remember, most of these properties are gonna be showing up on the MLS. And so anything that's on the MLS is public, and if it's public, that means everybody can see it. And that's it.
All right.